Hey everyone, Sula here from Misty Hilltops Designs. Thanks for stopping by. I'm working on the next page spread of the Winter 2018 album that I started, and I'm using the digital version of the collection Hello Winter by Carta Bella. So for this one, I am working on a half or semicircle, and the challenge with this album, the way that I have set up this album, is that the way I am choosing to bind it, it will be with a ribbon. And so there's holes, and so there is a big gap between the two pages, and that makes it difficult to scrap across two pages, which I do like to do when you see my traveler's notebook layouts, and I have other layouts where you see me work on double page spreads where the design goes across two pages. But here the big challenge is that big gap in where it will be bound together for now in the creative part of it, or creation part of it. You don't see it that way, and so here I have to now already cut apart. Usually I like to do that at the end. I just put everything together, and then I like at the end when the page is done to cut apart everything. But here I have to do it before because of the way that there is that binding flap bit of paper there, or cardstock there, that is in between. And so what I do is I flip around, I estimate where the middle is, and of, like, for example, this semicircle there, and then I drew a line. And now I'm also having to make sure as I put it together that it is aligning with each other, because once the book is put together, there won't be that gap, and then the design will be very close together. So for this album, this is the big challenge for me. I have never worked this way, and I'm curious. There are certain limitations to this kind, because I do like to do some mixed media pages as well, and obviously there will be, I have limitations with a mixed media in certain ways if I do it this way. For example, if I wanted to draw a nice circle on the across the two pages, that would be difficult. Anyway, so here I am now. I have cut apart the semicircle and all the other pieces that need to be cut apart, and now I am starting to put them on the page, and I'm using my ruler there to help me align things with each other across that gap. That gap will not be visible, because that's where the gluing will or the album will be put together. And here I realized I should have put this piece of paper. It should have gone much more underneath that semicircle there. I was so focused on getting the semicircle right that I just forgot to glue that down, but it didn't matter so much. I just tucked it just a little bit behind there, and it gives the paper a little more room to shine, because it would have been mostly covered had I done it the way that I had originally planned it. This is a die cut piece with two trees, and I felt it worked well with the topic of this page. It's not really a forest, it's just where I live. There's just a little shrubbery, you could call it, but I wanted to call this page Winter Woods. So then I'm ready to start with the rest of the embellishments. There's a lot of stuff that comes with this digital collection. That's beautiful. I can just cut it out. And what I love about my getting the digital collections is the fact that I can resize everything to exactly the kind of size that I want, and even I can use journal cards. A lot of the things that I'm using are the journal cards from the cut apart sheets, and I just radically reduce them in size, and that then helps me to get more embellishments for this. And you wouldn't be able to do that with a paper with a paper collection, obviously, but with a digital collection, I can resize everything to fit exactly my needs, and I am a small scale scrapper. I don't scrap 12 by 12 pages. I wouldn't have the place to put it, or put any finished albums so much, and so I like having these little albums that I create. So this is another die cut. So the both alphas or both titles are from different die cut sets, and so I ensured that I cut them out, one in white cardstock, the other one in black cardstock, and here I am aligning them on the page, and I start from the middle where the center of the page will be, so that it goes with the design. I don't like things just hanging without there being a connection, although rules are there to break, and you will see me break the exact same rule just a couple of pages later of this album. So I'm not too dogmatic about these kinds of things, but I do try to follow some of the design rules. So anyways, here I'm working again from the center out. So while I worked from winter, I worked for the winter word, I worked backward. For this word woods, I work forward, if you want to say it that way. And here now I have the word strips that I created for this. They will become available as freebie on my blog, mistyhilltops.com, at some point. There's a whole bunch of freebies on my blog available if you are interested, and so you can just check it out. But I am using these word strips. Obviously, they make pretty cute embellishments. They are small. They're not very big. They're meant for smaller projects. But there's another way of how I can make some connection there with the different embellishments that I have. And I do try to keep with 3 clusters of embellishments so that it creates a visual triangle. Anyway, this is my page done. I'm going to leave you with some more close-ups. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Consider subscribing, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.